was Vienna by Billy Joel. You're still listening to Pita Chip Chat with DJ Pita Chip and Stefana. And we're talking about all things music, making music, and our perspectives on pursuing music, all those sort of things.
Yeah.
So I know we talked like in the past a bit about, well, music production and the fact that I have a quote here, if I may start with a quote.
Yes, please.
I looked it up, and this is a real quote. As of 2023, this quote says, according to a study on representation and equality in the music industry, only 6.5% of producers were female, while approximately 93.5% were male.
Speak on it.
Yeah.
Say it.
I think that's bad.
It's horrible.
That's
so
really bad. So you went to music school
Yeah.
in LA, moved out to LA from Washington,
Yeah.
and went to production school, and you are a female.
Yeah.
What was that like? Were your classes all men?
Yeah, I have a few things to say about this.
Yes.
Like the first, I'm gonna start on like female producing.
Please.
Because before, part of the reason I decided to even get into producing was because like I would like make music sometimes with like people at my school, but everyone I knew that made music, like actually put out music, was SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah, me too.
And like there were girls who were very talented, like the most beautiful voices you've ever heard, and like literally like perfect pitch and whatever, but they never like put anything out.
Yeah.
But also part of the reason was I don't think they really knew how to beyond like posting a cover on Instagram. And these guys are teaching themselves how to produce on like GarageBand, like, and going from there. And it's just like you don't have as much autonomy in what you're making when someone else is producing. And I mean, it still can be a fun collaboration, but it's like you have to really vibe with your producer. Like you have to have like the really similar taste, and you have to have like the right type of communication. And I like would like feature on a song every once in a while where I'm like singing a hook. But then
you don't have control over the rest.
I don't have control of the rest of the song, and it's like I would want the song to go in a certain direction, but it's like they're just kind of like I'm like singing a little bit and then they're rapping, which is like fine, but. And it's just like I didn't have as much say in what was going on, and also they wouldn't take me seriously. Like if I would literally, even after I had gone to music school for a period of time, and then like came back and then like was kind of with them making music again, and I would be like, oh, you should try this, and they like I feel like it would fully like it was like in one ear out the other, like I didn't say a word, like, or I would give an idea and then they would like pretend that it was their idea and like do it, and like, oh, it's so cool, I came up with this idea, and I'm like, okay, I'm just not here, I guess. Like, cool. And I also just had a really bad issue with stage fright, so part of the reason I wanted to learn how to produce is so I could make music alone and get comfortable singing alone and like creating. I really just needed to isolate myself. And
that's fair.
Because
it's a very vulnerable kind of process. I would say.
100%. And it's like it's just hard because if you don't have autonomy over what you're making, and like a guy, like especially a guy, you're like, I want this and this and this and this, and they're like, cool, I'm gonna maybe take 5% of what you said. So that's a big part of why you wanted to learn to produce. Plus it's all you. I think what's really appealing about that too is like, this is mine, I made this, like through and through. That's also part of it, is because like I feel like I want to get experimental and I like try different things, and I don't always know how to properly communicate exactly what I want. It's easier for me to just learn how to do it myself, and then if I were to work with other producers in the future, I'd have a better idea of how to communicate that. That's like true. The song that I did put out, I didn't produce, but the person who did produce it, who actually is a man, he was wonderful, great, like,
hey, they're out there.
But it was a lot more helpful that I had the language
of course,
to communicate what I wanted, and I knew how to send like a vocal, or I knew how to send a harmony, or I knew how to like, do you know what I mean? Like, or I want more reverb here, like you actually know how to communicate and get the result that you want, whereas otherwise without that knowledge, it's like you're kind of just at their mercy. Like, I think it's this, and they're like, what you mean by that is, and you're like, well, no, that's not what I mean, but it's like, it's too hard to, and also the producers do not get enough credit for how much control they have over the song, like, I even like, and songwriters especially, but like, a song is 90% production.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of times people's favorite songs, you're just like, oh, this is my favorite artist. And it's like, you really like the production.
Yeah.
They had nothing to do with that.
Absolutely. Like, I know, I think that's a hack with like finding music you like.
Yeah,
like,
it's finding
look at the producer and then listen to all their stuff because that's what you like about it.
Yeah, like if you like once a lot of people love Timbaland and don't know it. A lot of people love Pharrell and don't know it.
Oh, for sure, Pharrell.
Yeah.
Or even just like you like pop music. You have one man to thank for that. Not really. That's kind of that's diminishing all the work.
Benny
but like,
Blanco?
okay.
Rick Rubin.
Well, no, I was thinking. Well, Rick Rubin, but I was thinking. What's his name? He's Taylor Swift's producer on everything.
Oh, Jack Antonoff.
He does Lorde, Lana Del Rey, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Like
I think he does Sabrina
Carpenter.
Wait, Olivia Rodrigo, I think also.
Maybe I think
maybe not.
Well,
I know she has the same producer as Chappell Roan. That's how they met.
Okay, I don't think it's.
So it's someone else.
But he might have like worked with her at some point. Like he is behind like so many huge artists.
Yeah.
And there's like a through line with him being the producer that people probably don't even recognize.
Also, notice it's all men.
Yeah, I know. All the men were naming. It's so sad.
It is really sad.
Because I can't really think of female producer, but I'm not also super in touch with that world.
Yeah.
So I don't exactly know like a lot about producers.
I think there's more now. I need to do a little bit more research, to be honest. It's kind of my bad.
I know you.
Me, guys.
There we go. You're the 6%.
Yeah.
What about, we want to talk a little bit about pursuing music, because obviously you chose to go to like school for music, you moved to LA with that kind of goal. I feel like that is like quite an intimidating space, and just, I don't know, it's just like, it's a very ambitious, like it's a big dream in a way. Not in a way that makes it scary, I'm just saying.
No, it
like,
is.
It is
it's
in general.
Literally
it's not like,
terrifying.
You can't like, oh, I want to be a doctor. You're like, okay, well, here's the steps to be a doctor. It's not the same.
No, it's not the same. But also it's kind of crazy is because it's, as much as it's like, to most people sounds like, why are you doing that? You're throwing your future away. You're like, what? How are you gonna make money?
Right.
I just was not really raised with that mentality, so it feels normal to me to just do what I want to do.
That's
but it also comes from a place of privilege and support from my parents, which not a lot of people have. Not only emotional support, but financial.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
it's like a really big thing. Like I wouldn't have been able to move out here so soon without that.
Mm-hmm.
And not a lot of people like. Or even if
it's
people,
a huge risk.
Yeah, and then it's like if some people are like supported financially before they can get on their feet by themselves, then they're not always supported emotionally. It's like, okay, I'll pay for your college.
Yeah.
I'm not, but if you want to go pursue music, I'm not paying. You have to do that yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
And that makes it so much harder to succeed as an artist, and that's why most of the artists you hear on the radio who like have the most whatever are nepo babies.
Yeah, of course.
Because they have
connections.
They have the connections and they have the delusion.
Yeah.
They have the connections. They have the money and they have the support because there's nothing on the line if they don't make money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's really great that like you were raised in an environment where it's like you just need to do what makes you happy and you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Because I think just our whole culture in the United States, capitalism, feel like you need to work, you need to make money, you need to do all these things. Like it's like we're conditioned to be like we can sacrifice our biggest dreams and desires because we have to make a living and do these other things. Yeah, which is true for most people.
I mean, it's like it's like I'm making money from music.
No, I know, but like it's just I feel like there's two sides to it where it's like
1000%.
You just have to pick.
And it's so unfair because so many of the most talented people in the world you'll never hear.
Yeah,
because they don't have the resources. They don't have the resources or connections or time. Yeah, because they're so burnt out from their day job.
I know, it's so sad.
Yeah. But I think I'm also in a fortunate position where it's like my job I have like enough, like I have a decent amount of time where I'm able to like make enough money and also like have time to like replenish myself so I can even have the energy and inspiration to be creative.
It's not like one of those things where it's like, okay, be creative right now.
Yeah, and then even then it's tough.
Yeah, of course. I think it's such a organic thing that's a little hard to even in a job form, be like, okay, today you're going to be creative and you're going to make 5 songs. It's like, how is that going to happen? Yeah. Are those going to be the good ones? Maybe some people, like, learn well enough that they can really do that, but it's just such a
I just feel like
weird
it
thing
has
to force.
to be... I don't really think you can force... I think part of it is definitely a skill, but I think a lot of it is, like, learning how to kind of get out of your brain and, like, enter a flow state. Yeah. And, like, kind of get to the point where it's, like, you're not even writing. Egoless. And you're not, like, caring if it's... You can't, like, as you're writing, be like, oh, this is horrible, or this is good, or this is bad. Because a lot of my favorite stuff started out, like, me having zero intention of putting it out, having zero intention of anyone hearing it, zero intention of even liking it, and it's just like I hear its sound and I'm messing with it. I'm like, oh, this is trash. But then like I'm like working with the trash for long enough that it's like, oh wait, I can make a little something like an idea I would have thought of or something like that.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is so fun.
It's especially fun when you know what you're doing.
Yeah, so I'm getting there. Still a work in progress.
Well,
but,
of course, I feel like forever.
Yeah,
but learning about it forever.
Back on the like.
No?
No, like growing up, like all of my siblings also are like kind of going down like their own path in a way, like in a little bit of a
like
non-traditional way, but it's like worked out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think that is also a good mentality. Like, I think he's very aggressive in how he talks, but like it's the best thing ever, like Tyler the Creator interviews. I feel like any person that's creative would love watching any of his interviews because he's always so real. What are you afraid of? People won't like it. Who cares?
Yeah.
So just do it. He said you'll figure it out.
Like, even if it's like people are so focused on what's gonna make money and like what's gonna do this and what's gonna do that, and it's like sometimes you're an artist and you are an artist regardless of if you make money or not, and it's like. If I have a day job forever, then that's what it's gonna be. But that's not gonna change if I'm an artist or not.
Yeah, I know. It's I've had to like come to terms with like the idea that like okay, maybe I do have like a lot of more academic interests, more traditional path interests that like could totally happen if I just go to more school and things like that. But I feel like it's
you got a creative side.
I do. I feel like it's good to remind myself like that doesn't go away. That can still exist even if I have a job in the future that doesn't relate. Like doesn't mean like every creative thing that you like is gone. Yeah. You just have to learn to really like prioritize those things in your life and actually care about them. Yes. Which is kind of actually what I talked about like all of last week's episode.
Prioritize it more. What is the quote? It's work to live, don't live to work.
Exactly. It's exactly that.
Yeah.
I think also we can get a little bit into on a lighter note. What are your favorite artists right now? Or anything like what's inspiring you right now? The most basic generic question of all time.
I can tell immediately when by what like an interview and a song if an artist is like actually like really authentic and nothing is strategic or planned and their team isn't orchestrating them and it's like they're just like it's just whatever, it's just emanating off of them like who they are. Sorry, this is burp. Like I love Doechii right now.
Yeah, fair.
Because she's very authentic.
Absolutely.
And you can tell and she has a vision and she executes it. And I also love how like she has this like YouTube channel where she shows she did the Artist Way, like the book, and there's like weekly things on like how to access.
Is that the Rick? No.
There is a Rick Rubin book that's very similar.
Oh, okay.
But the Artist Way has like work, like week 1 you have some homework.
Oh, how cool!
I know, and she has like a whole series where
I've seen clips from it. When she got fired.
Yeah, she posts like each week where she's doing her homework on the Artist Way. Yeah, and then it also shows her evolution into fame at the same time in real time.
That's crazy.
Which is like there's clips of her being like, no one believes in me, everyone thinks I'm crazy, I have no friends right now. Yeah. And there's like a video of her talking about, she's like, I'm just gonna march into, she literally would just walk into like what's called, like a label and be like, talk to the receptionist and be like,
can I talk to someone?
Yeah, and the receptionist was like, no, like leave. Yeah. But just the fact that she did that, do you know what I mean? She's like, and she was like completely isolated for a period of time and whatever. I just really respect it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I like that you can actually see the journey of it. Yeah. And like all the little clips people make of like her like being fired and then like her winning a Grammy like that like it was like 5 years ago. It wasn't like it's like people think like overnight sensation. Yeah. It's like, okay, look at this. Yeah. 5 years ago, she's fired, has nothing.
Well, overnight sensation does not exist. Like Chappell Roan just blew up, but she's been in the industry for 10 plus years. Yeah. I don't know if I really would want to blow up just randomly one day. Yeah, like I would. There like a gradual build up to be grounded and like build a steady fan base
and be good at what you do
and be good and like not just be and like you see people who like had a. I mean, I'm not saying I would hate this. But like, I feel like there's pros and cons where it's like you just have a song go up and then all of a sudden you're like on Coachella. Coachella's your first experience, like performing is crazy. Yeah. But also Billie transcends all, like I'll go through phases like every week is a new music phase for me, but Billie
Fair.
Eilish will transcend every phase.
Yeah, she's amazing. And you said she's coming out with a new album?
Yeah, I think she just announced it recently.
I should have seen that. I didn't even see that.
Or it might be a rumor. Maybe if it's a rumor, manifesting is true. So
well, it'll
I'm
happen
gonna
at
speak
some
into
point,
existence.
I'm sure. Yeah, she's amazing as well.
She's like one of the first female artists I heard use like distortion in her songs.
Yeah, her last album was super cool.
Yeah,
I really
or like
liked
a
it.
heavy
I love
sub.
the dancey, like synthy type of stuff that she was like. I want more of that.
Even like I think Copycat was the first song I heard, and it was just like it's like a darker,
she's been around.
like distorted, like so, and it's like I hadn't heard a lot of female artists use that type of instrument besides like trap artists, so it's just really cool to like hear it in a different context.
She also I feel like she likes a lot of wide variety of music.
And you can and in her
career, you can see like her different influences.
I think some of my favorite artists all have like just really wide variety of influences.
Like you have to.
Yeah.
You can't just like one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. What do I know?
Well, you can, but then that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, then speaking of, let's talk about a little bit about your current song. Because how long ago did you write this?
I wrote the song, I want to say 3 years ago.
3 years ago. And why now?
I think I'm just at the point emotionally where I don't care if people don't like it.
That's perfect.
I think I'm at the point where it's like I also know that there's certain parts of the song that are like flawed or like I would change, or it's like there's one lyric I'm a little out of breath, or it's a little pitchy, and it's like
of course.
And it's like it wasn't in my studio, and the studio was in Nashville. It's like I can't just go re-record that. Like I could record it on my like shitty $70 microphone versus their $1,000 microphone, but like do you know what I mean? It's just like I think I just need to let it be.
Think yourself into keeping it.
And I would have, and I literally, the only reason I like actually dropped it on the day is because I was just really needed it to be on a new moon for like that new moon. I was like really determined to have it out on that day. I haven't even promoted it that much, but I was just like,
today's the day.
Today's the day.
It's good to not be so big about it.
Yeah.
Just be like, it's out now, okay. That's fine.
And it's also like, I'm also at the point emotionally where it's like, even though I feel like it could be better, and it's never going to be fully finished, I'm at the point emotionally where it's like, I don't really care if it is flawed in this way, and it's like also a lot of people won't even pick up on it or notice. They're just gonna be like, oh, it's cool you have a song. They don't even care what it sounds like. It's just cool. It's just like,
what about this song versus other songs you've done?
This song, I feel like it was one of those things where it's just like I was sent like a bass line, and then I just kind of started like I don't know, just like literally immediately just with the lyrics were coming out, and then it was like everything clicked and it clicked and it clicked.
Yeah.
And if it clicks and it clicks and it clicks and it clicks, it's like meant to be.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
It was very quick. Like I wrote it in like an hour.
Really?
Yeah. Like
oh my gosh.
Yeah. The harmonies and I mean some stuff was like moved around and changed, but most of it is pretty authentic to like that moment that I wrote it. And also in that moment I had just moved back home because I had just moved back home for like 8 months to like save money so that I could start paying for rent myself and stuff like that. And I also was posting a lot online about like the political landscape and but I also wanted to be an artist, and I didn't really know how I could exist as an artist and also stay true to like caring about the state of the world, because it's like how do you even, because everything I see about like celebrity is very like
out of touch
and like not talking about anything that's going on, and like the art is just not reflecting reality, and like it's supposed to like we have access to, we're kind of in a renaissance period where more people have access to make art and put it out than ever, and that needs to reflect the time period that we're in for historical reasons, and also just for people to not feel literally insane. So it's also part of the reason why I love the soundtrack to Forrest Gump, because it's like it reflects the times. Like every song reflects the time and like what was happening politically. And so I also have crazy ADHD, and I was undiagnosed celiac for a long time, so it's just like I had a really hard time in school. I had a really hard time like functioning in how society functions. Like I don't, the way my brain works does not work with how I'm supposed to fit into the way capitalism and individualism and like life is set up to whatever. And it's like I was trying to fit into it and I just couldn't, and I was like, it's just literally like fuck this, like fuck this. We're literally, and it was also kind of around the time where it's like we're in a floating rock in space was like really popular, and it's just like I was really resonating with that, but I didn't want to use that exact terminology because I felt like it became a little bit like oversaturated, like the concept became oversaturated. So then it was like, okay, we're already lost in space. Let's embrace it and get a little bit more lost. And in being lost, you will find yourself. And you will also find a purpose in life. And this is not the way, what we are told our purpose is not our purpose. We are told our purpose is to literally just be productive, make money for other people. Like, and not care about, you know, your own well-being. And it's like, I don't want to work for this. I'm gonna work for myself and make my own life work out however it's gonna work out. And it's like, it starts saying like, get lost, like I need to get lost, like, you know, let's all get lost. And then it's telling this is the system and like the man. Like, okay, no, you get lost actually, because I found myself.
And even the sound of the song, I feel like kind of embodies that, because it's more of like an angsty sound, if I can say that. But I like that. Like, I like the bass line. I like it feels like a little angry, but like not like crazy, but just like a little anger there.
Yeah, there's a lot of anger.
And you said it was like embodying like what you want to be. So it even sounds like what you're saying is like you wrote this song kind of. There's like probably a lot of meanings. For you.
Every time I talk about the song, the way I explain it is a little different.
That makes sense. Yeah. And it's like embodying this like person where you're like you want it to be more lost. You want it to be like, I'm just gonna be an artist. I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm gonna find a way to make it work for me. And I feel like the actual sound of the song kind of embodies that, like that idea too, where it's very like, I don't care, I'm gonna do what I want, like that sort of thing. So I feel like even because you're saying earlier, like it embodies the feeling you want to be, like you kind of have to make it either like where you're at or like where you want to be. And I feel like maybe you're slowly getting there as like
manifesting what I want to feel like. And also like one of the lyrics is like, remind mankind, like remind everyone, like what you're meant to do, like shaking someone. This is find your purpose. Like, why are you here? Like, find out why you're here. What's gonna make you feel alive? Like, what makes you want to be on Earth? Like, truly.
Well, I'm excited that I get to play it first before anyone else gets to play it. This is so fun for me. So thanks for letting me play it.
Oh my gosh,
and thanks for coming on.
This was so fun.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
I could also keep yapping forever.
Yeah, you can come back. You can totally come back. I would love that. Well, thank you guys for listening to DJ Pita Chip Chat with Stefana. And today, you are going to be hearing after this Letterboxd Unboxed with DJ Fruit Gummy. Oh, what kind of chip are you? Quickly.
Salt and vinegar.
Oh, that's a choice.
Because
DJ Salt and Vinegar chip.
I feel like I'm an acquired taste.
Oh, fair enough. Honestly, I like that answer. I like those chips.
Thank you.
So, this song, do you want to introduce your song?
This is Lost in Orbit by Stefana. And this is my song.
Enjoy!
Thank you. I really got nothing to lose besides myself. I really got nothing to do to figure out. I made my own cards from the hands that I'm dealt, 'cause your aces in these plays don't mean shit to me. If I'm not trying to play a game, there's no victory. I can't lose none but me. If I'm the real currency, tell me why I've been trying to get my shit together when I can't find shit right, or that even matters. Remind mankind that it's alright to get lost in orbit, 'cause we're already lost in get lost. I'm really searching for a reason to live, 'cause I know it's not this. They're really working to convince me it is, and I'm not working for it. Put on